Hello, Buff fans. Welcome to this week's Go Buff Sports Live Show. I'm your host, Hannah Howell.
And I'm Aiden Glockner, also your host.
What?
Hannah, beautiful spring that we have today. I really don't miss the 70-degree weather that we had literally 24 hours ago.
Honestly, Aiden, I'm sure the people going to disco line tonight agree with you. Nothing screams disco like a cold front and snow.
Well, what does scream disco, though? All you need to know about CU sports this week.
We're seeing green this Friday as one of CU's biggest donors made a record-breaking investment into the athletic department. Longtime donors Jeff Crawford and his wife Orsi committed $6 million to CU athletics over the next 3 years. Half of their gift will go to the newly named George Family Athletic Directors Fund, named for quasi-retired AD Rick George. The other half will be redirected to student athletes through the Crawford's Family Whole program, which started in 2021 to help CU manage the NIL era. Jeff is a real estate giant and CU grad who has long dedicated earnings to the university, but his cash influx on Friday was one of the largest in school history.
Marquee teams hate to see the Buffaloes in the transfer portal. Colorado added 4 players, including an all-freshman and a freshman of the year from mid-major programs. The first commit was former Tulane guard and the aforementioned ACC freshman of the year, Michaelin Marshall. J.R. Payne's squad then added the other 3 on Tuesday. The Buffs signed former Big 12 guards K-State's Ania Foy and Utah's Brooke Walker. The final commit was forward Kira Reynolds, who earned all freshman honors with UT Arlington.
Alongside those commits, Colorado's largest freshman contributor announced her return. Forward Logan Greer re-signed with the Buffs this week after earning all Big 12 freshman honors. While one Buff stays, another former Buff is moving on to greener pastures. Former forward Jade Masagallo signed a training camp invite with the Minnesota Lynx. She joins another former Buff in guard, Jalen Sherrod.
Is Ralphie a Buffalo or a Bison? Well, for the new commit to Colorado, it doesn't matter. The men's team announced that on Friday, Noah Feddersen, a junior from North Dakota State, is leaving the Bison for the Buffaloes. The commitment comes just days after Colorado hosted him on Saturday for an official team visit. Feddersen, entering his senior year, averaged 10 points in the 2026 postseason to help his Bison to a Summit Conference championship. He was also named 6th Man of the Year of the Summit Conference and is shooting a reliable 53% so far in his career. The Wisconsin native stands at 6'10", much taller than me, and is a much-needed pickup at the center position for Tad Boyle and company after some notable departures earlier this month. Another player in the portal, Kendall Sanders, formerly of Utah, will be visiting Colorado early next week.
As the school year comes to an end, Buffs have some football news to look forward to, as the theme nights for 2026 football season were released on Wednesday. The season will kick off in style at the home opener against Weber State, where the Buffs will pack the stands in white. From there, the energy builds with a stripe-out matchup against Texas Tech, followed by the Gold Rush celebration and family weekend game against Utah. Later in the season, the team will honor service members with a military appreciation theme during their game against Kansas State. And to wrap it all up, Senior Day against UCF will double as Fan Appreciation Day, giving the program a chance to give back to the fans who bring the spirit all season long.
Well, Colorado's good old spring game was last Saturday, and it was filled with more SCO Buffs members than returning players. Coach Prime and company took to Folsom for about an hour to showcase all the bits and pieces it added this offseason. However, a returner will be at the helm in quarterback Julian Lewis. Harrison Simeon had instant takeaways from the day, while Jake Chow and Mason Davis had more on CU's outlook for 2026.
Spring, a time to be renewed, and the Colorado Buffaloes feel just that way as the spring game, 4th under Coach Deion Sanders, is complete. A solid day of optimism, some creativity flashed by new offensive coordinator Brendan Marion, some leadership and some speed showed by wide receiver Daniel Scudero, and comfort from the future of the franchise, Julian Lewis, the quarterback. Had great plays today, had a little bit here and there where he could have done more, had some passes batted down, some overthrown balls, but overall, he looked pretty good in the system. Didn't show too much of that creativity of the go-go, but you saw the elements of it. You saw the staples, the 2 running backs on his hip, the quick passes, the throws in space, and some solid runs as well from Damian Henderson, but also the defense making some plays as the scrimmage wound down. Mojo Williams, New Orleans native, the freshman cornerback, ended the day with an interception, and that was basically it. It's the glorified practice. You don't want to take anything too hard away from it, but this Buffaloes team looks much more connected than this 3-9 team that we saw last year, and they look much more comfortable around each other. They look to have a lot more fun. They look competitive, and while it may not be a Big 12 title-winning team, it's certainly going to be a team that takes steps forward in the right direction to build something for Coach Prime at Colorado. And for the last time at Folsom Field, it's a beautiful day. Got to soak it in. I'm Harrison Simeon for SCO Buff Sports.
Welcome into Buff Banner. My name's Jake Chow, joined here with Mason Davis. And we just watched the Buffaloes take Folsom Field in their spring game, Coach Prime's fourth one here in Boulder. And it looked like a pretty good one. Mason, what were your key takeaways from the spring game?
Yeah, I think my first and biggest takeaway, Jake, we saw it in the very first play of the game, the new offensive go-go system coming here to Boulder, along with new offensive coordinator Brendan Marion. That first play, that trick play downfield, and then more throughout that first series, we saw speedsters getting into space, short opportunities, but turning it down into more, pushing it down the field, and then eventually setting up that long touchdown, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and it feels like a bit of an extension of that Pat Shurmur offense that frustrated Buff fans throughout the entire season last year, and we knew it wasn't really living up to its potential. And Brendan Marion coming in, kind of revamping it, and really building it to a skill set that complements the players that are wearing the black and gold this year, like Julian Lewis. We saw him connect with Danny Scudero, who is another guy who will be big for this offense. And that kind of brings me into the second point, and a point that feels great about this team is Deion Sanders hit the transfer portal hard this year. Little continuity from last year. What are a few guys that you're looking forward to who are new in black and gold?
Yeah, of course, Jake, in 2026, we're built through the transfer portal. So you touched on Danny Scudero. He's going to be awesome, but also someone like Damian Henderson in the backfield. We saw very good flashes from him in the spring game, navigating behind a new offensive line, navigating into space through defenders, creating big chunk plays. We're hoping to see more of that once the regular season comes around with a Deion Sanders football program in Colorado that really has never had that much of an established rushing game. I'd love to see more of that and have a nice balanced attack in addition to Marion's kind of outlet system. And then on the defense side of the ball, we have to mention Mr. Boo Carter coming over from the SEC school in Tennessee. We saw him flying around the field, making big plays, tackles, all over, disrupting that offense that Marion's putting out there. But it's good to see that balance and a real statement from the defense, someone new coming over.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a guy, I mentioned Danny Scudero, but led FCS in passing or in receiving yards last year. And so he'll be a big addition for this Deion Sanders program. And then also the continuity. A lot of guys from Sacramento State where Brendan Marion was the head coach, as you mentioned. So it'll be really interesting to see how all of these kind of different skill sets come together and if Coach Prime is built to lead. I know there are some questions. So what's your outlook? What should Buff fans take away from the spring game? And how are you feeling about this coming season?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to I'm feeling optimistic. I was a part of Deion's press conference, and he was talking some medical issues, different things he's felt from the program. But I think especially compared to last season where it didn't go well. We saw a 3-9 season, but I think there's real things Buff fans should be excited about because there's change within the program, not just with the players, but with the coaching staff and with that outlook that Deion's putting out in front of the press conference. Even here in the spring, not even far away from the season, there's still much more to build on. And I'm excited to see it because I think there's a lot of potential here. We saw it 2 years ago. They took a little of a gap, but I think we can respond, do better than 3-9, and put out a product that Buff fans will be more happy to see this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's many reasons to be optimistic on this Buff squad, but I'm a little worried about Deion. You know, he had some health issues. He said that there's no concern there for him, but I worry a little bit because Buff fans are souring. Some of the narrative that's being created is he being carried by Shedeur and Travis? And I think this is a make-or-break season for Deion. If Buff fans don't see a bowl game, we could see, with the new athletic director, a new football head coach as well. But I agree with you. There's a lot of reason to be optimistic. There's no reason to hit the panic button or even call for Deion's job yet. But
one more thing, Jake. I think I was sitting on the sideline. Deion was actually talking to a familiar Colorado face, Aqib Talib. His nephew is actually a part of the Colorado roster this season, talking about it in his press conference. Aqib talked to him. He said he's got a dog over there in his family. He wants to see him on the team. So we will see that next year. And I think that does bring up one more thought to me of 4 years now into this Deion Sanders experiment, you could say, in Colorado. And when he first came over here, it was the talk of the town. It was the talk of America when he first came over here, college game day and everything. So I think there's a bit of question of, is Colorado still in that national spotlight? And I'm hoping maybe even not success on the football field, but more lights, more attention to Colorado football would just be an awesome thing to see this fall.
Yeah, you could call it the return to the national spotlight. But this has been Buff Banner from Mason Davis. I'm Jake Chow. Back to you guys at the desk.
It's now time for this week's trivia question. After the football roster faced social media criticism regarding their size and muscle mass following the spring game, we did some math on the actual average size of the team. Our trivia question this week asks you, what is the average height and weight of the 2026 CU football roster? Stay tuned because we'll have the answer later in the show. It was another successful week for the lacrosse team, kicking it off with another win again at home against Cincinnati on Saturday. Senior attacker Maddie Shoup led the game with 5 goals, and junior attacker Rachel Kennedy scored her second consecutive hat trick to carry the Buffaloes 10-5. The Buffaloes remain undefeated at home in the late season and stand 3-1 in conference play.
The Buffaloes carried the momentum into a heated in-state rivalry game against number 18 Denver on Wednesday. Junior attacker Rachel Kennedy fueled CU with 5 goals, a new career high for her, and sophomore goalkeeper Elena O had 5 saves on the night. The DU men's hockey team was also in attendance with their shiny national championship trophy, but it wasn't enough to rally the Pios over the Buffs, who took a 9-6 win, as well as some bragging rights against another Colorado school.
The lacrosse team is escaping the spring snow and heading to sunny California this weekend, where they will play the UC Davis Aggies. This will be the 10th lacrosse match ever between UC Davis and Colorado, where Colorado currently holds an undefeated 9-0 record against them. First draw in Northern California is set for 1 p.m. on Sunday, and you can catch the game on the UC Davis YouTube channel, where there's strangely 4 people currently waiting for the event 2 days out.
Well, the Colorado Buffaloes women's soccer team hosted its annual Colorado Cup this past Saturday. Here is Max Friedel with the recap, direct from Prentup Field.
What's up, Buffs fans? My name is Max Friedel here at Prentup Field shortly after the Colorado women's soccer team beat Air Force 2-0 to claim their 5th straight Colorado Cup championship. The Buffs started off today with a 2-0 win over University of Colorado Springs and moved on to a game against Colorado College where they won 1-0 off an Ava Priest penalty. The big story today was how the Buffs are going to do without the Leyba twins. Obviously, Faith and Hope Leyba are on their U.S. women's national team call-ups, so without them today, how are they going to do? They did just fine. After the game, I talked with Ava Priest and Danny Sanchez. Ava said it's a great feeling that CU refuses to lose the Colorado Cup and now claiming their 5th straight. My name is Max Friedel, again, reporting for Scobo Sports.
Colorado's tennis season has come to an end. They lost to both Baylor and TCU this past senior weekend, where Anya Nelson, Rix Vanderwerf, and Aya El Sayed all played their last games for the Buffs. The losses solidify CU's spot near the bottom of the Big 12, eliminating them from contention for the Big 12 championship. With the team being ranked 75th, there's also no way for them to make it into the 64-team NCAA championship. The final record for the team was 10-13, going 2-11 in conference play. Our esteemed colleague Colby Wyatt is devastated and already counting down the days until next season.
In happier terms, though, the track and field team is traveling to California. The team will be spread out, attending 4 separate meets. The majority of the team is at the Brian Clay Invitational in Azusa, California, which includes sprints, long distance, and hammer throw. A few of our hurdlers and javelin throwers will be in Walnut at the Mount Sac Relay Meet. And the Long Beach and the Pacific Coast Invitationals will feature 7 athletes competing in various throwing events, the 400-meter and the 400-meter hurdles. There's less than a month for the team to hit their stride before the Big 12 championship meet.
Welcome to Folsom Feud. I'm your host, Colby, here with 3 contestants today, Lincoln, Balin, and Kieran. Lincoln, start us off.
I'll take game day etiquette for 200.
All right. This is the best way to show respect during the CU fight song.
What is standing, singing loud, and raising your hand in the hook 'em horn sign?
Not what we're looking for. Balin, you have an answer?
What is stand up, sing loud, and do the Ralphie horns?
Correct. Balin, the board is yours.
Give me tailgate traditions for 400.
All right, here's the answer. The must-have item to wear on game day to show your Buff pride. Kieran?
What is black and gold?
That's correct.
Welcome to Scott Cronenberg at Game 2, Wyoming and Colorado, in a 3-game series that was supposed to be the Wyoming home game up in Laramie.
Hi, Nick.
I remember my college towns. Harrison is standing behind me.
I am.
You know, let me do play-by-play for mine. I actually have never done play-by-play for any sport.
We're underway.
And we start with the 1-0.
I'm going to just step on your toes all
To
the time.
Colorado. I used to do that when Alex Roberts commentated. I didn't really know how to do commentary. But Alex always tells me that I'm doing a lot better. I used to really step on his toes, so I feel bad for him. But yeah, we are in Game 2, Colorado with the commanding win, as I still have the score as 6-0. That's my bad. As we'll get the first out of the game. That was a grounder to the shortstop, making the routine
Third
play.
baseman.
Third baseman. My head was down. It is not easy to commentate and produce, at least play-by-play. Or excuse me, direct. Direct, not produce. Well, I did produce too, but that's besides the point. We'll get number 2 batter on the day. That is Chase Ambule. Had a great day yesterday.
Stratton Miller on the mound for Wyoming this time. Buffaloes won Game 1 11-3. Solid all-around effort for CU. Great start from Peter Nickerson and going to Will Shine on the bump for Game 2.
Wyoming had a really good seventh inning that gave you a little bit of a spark for Game 2. As second pitch, is a foul that'll quickly be an 0-2 pitcher's count. There's Chase Ambula once again on the bump. In the batter's box. Colorado, who painted the lines, did not paint the entirety of the batter's box, just the 3 points.
I'm just noticing that.
As that ball is errant.
Low-key, least important part of the batter's box.
Yeah, if you think
You
about
don't really need it.
all you need is the you don't even need the back part of it. You know, that's kind of for the batter, not for the legality, as that one is up top. All you need is that the inner zone, just to see if he's too far across the plate.
Let me ask a question. Is the batter's box, do you have to be within the lines, or do you have to be on the lines like you are for a hockey face-off?
You have to be within it. You can't step over it. You can't toe it, or else you'll
No, you can.
Well, you can be on it, right?
Yeah, you can be
Oh,
on.
did I
You
say
can be
it
on
that
the
way?
line.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can be on the line.
You can be on the line, but you can't be over it.
Yep.
Because a lot of sometimes batters when they're, go ahead.
With their wide stances, that one will drop. A little blooper, has some good hang time on it. Still found its way into the gap. That will be the first base hit of the game for both teams. Give that to Chase Ambule. And that will bring up the 3-hole hitter, who has a player on. That was Ambule that got on. So Finn Simones come on now with a player on first.
So yeah, as I was mentioning, some batters when they're struggling with velocity will snug into the little back of the batter's box and still have their feet on the chalk. Usually, umpires don't like it though.
And I don't know if you ever saw that, as that one was off target from the catcher. A little bit of a easy steal there for Wyoming. I don't know if you ever saw that famous Pete Rose clip where he was saying that like batters will change how they bat when they're in a slump. He said to not do that because your swing got you to where you are.
Yeah,
so
I remember
if you're ever struggling, the best thing to do is just keep at it because it's what got you this far. As that one will drop just under the zone. Call it the 1-0. So a good steal from Chase Ambule. Put him on second. I guess that would be the 2-0. I forgot to give that first ball on the steal. Another beautiful day for baseball as we get the third pitch of the at-bat. This one will go above the zone this time. Trying to avoid that was actually 2-1.
So yeah, this game originally scheduled for 6, though I guess accounting for the first game taking a little bit of time, and first game pretty much smooth sailing, especially through those middle innings as Nickerson was dominant for the Buffaloes.
Very quick game, about an hour and a half in time. So the time was basically 20 minutes after the first game, and there wasn't really a set one. As that one is, again, high. Call that a 4-1 walk. That'll put a runner on first and second. Quinn Kreck is operating the scoreboard.
As Kieran had to
teach him, give him the crash
dish
course.
us. No, I'm kidding.
Yep, Kieran will be streaming CSU.
Yeah,
a
lacrosse,
very
big game.
Probably the biggest club game in viewership of the year of any club sport. Because
we're finally having it live.
Lacrosse gets a lot of viewers. As that one is high again, and a pass ball, or not a pass ball. That was a wild pitch will advance the runners. So 2 runners in scoring position.
Tomato.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to understand the difference, but that one will go as a wild pitch. That was right in and out of the glove. So a 1-0. Runners in scoring position. The delivery, and that one is out. That is a good take there for Charlie Lesh, who, as we noted earlier, a lot of RBIs on the season. I believe leads the team in RBIs.
Yeah, got his 20th.
20. That is a lot of RBIs on the season, as that one's now in on the 3-0 hitters count very quickly. You think he has a green light here?
Yeah, I would say so. 1 out, second and third. I mean, you don't want to
I'd rather just hit it than
have
get
any weak
walked.
contact.
As that one's hit. That one is struck right to the center fielder. He will make the catch. Runners tag up. And we will get one on third and home respectively. That is the first run of the game awarded to the Buffaloes, the away team of this series, batting at the top of every inning.
Despite it being in Boulder.
Despite being at Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder. So that is Chase Ambule taking his run as he will cruise on to home. The sac fly will get awarded to Lesh, just picking up another RBI. His RBI count can now drink. As that first pitch is fouled. Can now drink. It is 21 RBIs.
Oh. Wait. No, Lesh. That was Simone's who had 20.
Simone's. Yeah. My bad. Oh, yeah. Simone's got on. I forgot. I don't know why I confused the two. That was my bad. Here's the delivery. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Quick pitcher's count here. Not a lot of pitches for the pitcher.
Yeah, Tyler Gilmore.
Up to bat.
Pinch hit his last time.
Really close to the to the base, as that one is just outside.
Also, interesting sock choice, going with the crew cut socks, but the short pants. So he got a little bare skin. You don't always see that.
Just high. No, you don't see.
You don't always see baseball players' legs, bare legs, in game.
Yeah. The Jackie Robinson fit, the tucked pants that they used to do in the early 1900s. As that one is swung on, ground ball, gets by, and we'll get another runner on and another runner scored. Call that the 2-0 for the Buffaloes. They did the exact same thing in Game 1, took the 2-0 in the first inning. As Aiden has something to say.
I just wanted to comment on the socks that you were talking about, because it made me think of, when you get the behind from in the net angle of a goaltender in hockey,
really thin
and you
legs.
you can see the cut proof socks they have on there. It looked exactly like that.
As that one is swung on, first pitch swing in, and that one will find the sweet spot, as we will have a runner advance to the corners. First and third, first pitch swing in. As Hannah Howell just told me that she's getting her tripod from her car. Thank you, Hannah, for the update. She will be right back.
So Nathan Tunk's now up for the Buffaloes. A nice hit from Rowan Hobson. His third single of the inning for CU.
Hobson's first action of the day, after not seeing any earlier. As that one, first pitch went in again. That one's got some air under it, but not enough to find the zone. That one is easily caught by the center fielder, and that is 2-0. Some deja vu for the Buffaloes, finding themselves with 2 runs in the first inning. And Quinn is still figuring out how the scoreboard exactly works. You want to tell us your thought process here, Quinn?
I'd love to walk you through the thought process. First of all, it's a very dumb system. It's a very silly system. Why do I have to add it instead of just saying 2? It's one thing I'm not a fan of. It's fine, though. It's hard to update the scorebook as well, trying to get the names correctly with the lineups. It's a little slow reaction, but I'm learning.
Yeah, a lot goes in behind the scenes. We have to put in everything into the Google Sheets that we have. Names, players, and then of course we scorekeep live for commentators. So a lot goes into it, and we appreciate Quinn, who's still trying to figure it out. But we will nonetheless have a 2-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the first. You're watching Scoreless Sports.
We're back for the bottom of the first. Will Shine on the mound for the Buffaloes. Toe on the rubber. Solid season for the right-hander so far. He'll face Xander Witt of Wyoming in a 2-0 ball game.
Yeah, Will Shine, a great fly-out pitcher and really good outfielders, so going to be really interesting to see. He's going to force a lot of those balls up in the air, and I'm expecting a lot of fly-outs today.
Witt drew 2 walks in game 1, swings at the first pitch of today, and that ball will be caught! Wow, what a grab!
Even the umpire said good catch.
Doing some Sports Center sounds up there.
Are we putting that on Play of the Week? I mean, that's our version of Sports Center Top 10.
But Colin Dwyer, wow. Excellent play in center. Lays out for the first out.
He got a good jump on it, too. Was able to tell exactly where that was going to land and sprinted right after it. So from start to finish, a really good play there from the center fielder.
So it brings up Tanner Vance. Or actually, Quinn is... Oh, no, it is Tanner Vance.
Oh, Quinn almost caught a stray.
Quinn almost caught a stray. But they're going with Tanner Vance in the 2-hole. They got Ethan Bonham up third, followed by Hogan Tystad, Patrick Tully, John Leader, and Joe. We found out his last name.
Johnson.
It is Joe Johnson, not to be confused with the former Atlanta Hawks star sharpshooting wing.
Wait till you get to the 8. Wait till you get to the 8th batter.
And then we have
Duck.
We don't have his last name, do we?
Duck. We don't know. We don't know who Duck's last name is.
We do have Duck. An actual Duck will be batting for Wyoming today.
A mallard with
playing
a beautiful
in right field.
And brown feathers. Anaheim not in the playoffs, I believe.
It is Hugh.
Oh, yeah, they are. That's right.
It's Hugh Ballard. Just gonna put that out there. It's number 18, so corresponding.
You know, that's my bad. In my defense, the Ducks are starting their playoffs very late on Monday. I feel horrible for those guys having to wait to play the Oilers. That's my bad. I counted out the Ducks. I didn't think they'd get there without Zegras, as that one is the through ball. Or no.
Off the middle.
Right to the...
Simones makes the play.
Shortstop.
So 2 outs now. Chopped up the middle by Vance, but brings up Bonham.
Yeah, I don't know if you follow a lot of NHL, but also the Sabres in the playoffs for the first time in 13 years. 14 years. Well, yeah. Had to do some math in my head. As Hannah is back with her tripod.
Yay.
I called it a telescope-looking thing because it's from the 80s. First pitch is outside.
Am I doing play-by-play now?
No, well, I was crowding you a little bit.
You hijacked me?
Yeah, I wanted to...
That's fine. You want to go again?
I was not good at it first inning.
So wait, am I doing or what?
No, I did it there because I was running into the play, so I just wanted to rattle that off.
Fair enough.
Not to take your spot.
Rule of thumb, let me interrupt you.
Well, you were looking at your phone. You were a little...
Well, I was watching
you were
the play,
texting
buddy.
Lincoln.
I just texted Lincoln just now, not during the play.
No, and you were...
You know what?
He blames Quinn. He's blaming everyone.
All right. 2-0 on Ethan Bonham.
There he goes. 2-1. Mr. President.
Oh, the foul ball.
The foul ball. Yep. Quinn doing a fantastic job on the scoreboard. It must qualify.
Well, it did say 2-0, so it's Quinn's fault. 2-1 pitch. That ball driven down the right field line. That gets down. He's going to take a wide turn at first, but will stay there. A 2-out single for Ethan Bonham. Nicely hit ball the other way. Wyoming has a 2-out base runner.
Yeah, nice little slice there. Looked like it found just the right spot. He had no doubt about that, too. He knew exactly where he put that ball. No doubt about it. Ran right to first. Was considering second, but if he didn't slice it, he probably would have ran for it.
So it brings up Hogan Tystad. Speaking of WrestleMania, Hogan in the lineup.
Rest in peace.
Well,
yeah, I mean...
I don't know about peace.
He didn't... He wasn't great.
He can rest.
I'm sure he's looking up at us.
Not Hogan Tystad. Thankfully, he's still alive and batting.
And a very great person.
Swinging and a miss there.
He was up in the press box earlier. He's a great guy.
Hulk Hogan?
No, not Hulk Hogan. Hogan, our baseball player.
So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Runner goes. Swing and fouled back.
I wonder what the decision was there to try and hit and run on a 1-1. Maybe, I mean, when the batter sees something,
It's logical.
Even if he was told not to, I mean, if he saw something he liked, swing at it.
Well, I think for Wyoming, you got to just play aggressive here.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be aggressive on the base pass. Got to be aggressive with your swings. That ball bounces in the dirt. 2-2 the count.
Only one pass ball on my count from game 1 from the Buffaloes. The catchers and pitchers doing a good job staying in communication.
And meanwhile, for Wyoming, that was quite an issue.
Oh, yes.
Cost them a lot of runs. Made a difference.
4 on our count.
Yeah.
4 runs, not advances, but 4 runs on pass balls. 8 by our count, but it could have been a little high there. But it definitely felt like 8, as Hannah's taking pictures of us. Oh, it's a video. Oh.
We're being videoed for social media. 2-2. Just low. So now full count now. Runner will be going. Bonham. Waiting on first base. Ty Stad looking to continue Wyoming's little 2-odd rally. The payoff. Just misses. So ball 4. Shine not able to get out of the inning yet. 2 runners on now for Patrick Tully.
Yeah, Shine not much of a strikeout pitcher, but that doesn't mean you're a bad pitcher. I think today's MLB kind of discredits people that aren't strikeout pitchers, but there's something really beautiful in a nice flyout or ground out pitcher. Kind of a dying breed. Everyone's trying to be the 105-mile-an-hour thrower, but something nice about a player like Shine that's forcing so many flyouts this year.
So Tully looking for an RBI, possibly tie this game up with a hit into the gap. That ball fouled back. So Shine looking to follow up on what was a great day from Peter Nickerson.
Speaking of Nickerson, you want to talk about a strikeout pitcher. 53 strikeouts on the year.
Was that coming into today? Or
No, that's after today. He had 8 on today, coming in with 45.
He had 9, actually.
Oh, so 46.
46 strikeouts.
Yep. Or 54, I'm sorry. Because he had 40, yeah.
Yes.
So 50. Wow. That is... 54 is a lot for how many games that they are playing. 27, though, for Will Shine. I mean, he's no...
There's a strikeout. Shine catches Tully looking on the 1-2. Gets out of the little jam. And it remains 2-0 Colorado. We'll head to the second here from Suits Field at Scott Carpenter Park. Top second here in Boulder, Michael, FKA Max McGinnis, steps in.
Michael.
Yeah, I wonder why they because it was Max to start the season, and then someone changed it back to Michael, which is funny. I don't know if he
It's
did
like
that.
when they did the Cole Wallace Wayne thing. His
Yeah.
name is just Cole Wayne.
That's
but they
not-
just but it was Connor Tarbert, our frequent PA announcer, who just said his middle name in one of the times he went up to bat. So
and then someone also changed Richie's name to Richard. So
well, I mean that's probably the government name.
I know, but they changed it. Like he called himself that.
A 1 pitch through for a base hit, grounded sharply through the third baseman's glove. So McGinnis, after an RBI double that he nearly legged out into a triple last game on a pinch hit appearance, gets a hit in his first at bat, and will set up Colin Dwyer with a runner on.
Still a good jump from our third baseman, though. You can see his jersey is going to be dirtied, the entire left side of it the whole day, but got a good jump on. It's a really hard position to play, and he got a pretty good look on it.
First pitch bunt, and that's a good-looking one. Dwyer won't even have to deal with a throw. You talk about some beauty. You talk about the pitch-to-contact stuff. I love a good old bunt.
Yep.
Remember, Quinn and I went to that Rockies game. There was probably the best bunt I'd ever seen. The most perfect bunt, just stopped on the line itself. But that one was a close second. So runners first on second for Nathan Hoffman.
Well, I mentioned one of my favorite plays earlier. Ichiro was a master at that. Just getting that ball to roll and then stop right before the third baseman. It's an art form.
First pitch swinging again, and Hoffman yanks it into left. So they'll hold McGinnis at third, but station to station go the Buffs. And the bases are loaded as this one will just roll by. McGinnis standing on third.
Making sure that it actually is not in play anymore.
And brings up Ambule. But yeah, I know you mentioned Ichiro. Ichiro, the master of the infield single, not just the bunt, but he will hustle and he would beat out a lot of usual ground outs.
Such a random thing to be good at. I mean, you know, that whole Mariners team was really interesting, but an infield hitter, not something you really see.
First pitch swinging from Ambule, but swings through it. Stratton Miller trying to limit the damage here. Buffs have a chance to open this game up once again. Led 11-1 in game one before Wyoming got a few consolation runs, finished at 11-3.
And you asked me why I have the Wolf of Wall Street on the thing. Stratton Oakmont is the name of the Jordan Belfort's like Ponzi scheme. So his name's Stratton Miller, and it keeps messing me up because it sounds like the name of the corporation.
Ambule had a single his first at bat. Hannah, you have any comments on this game?
Hannah's shooting
Yes.
video or photos of
I
this.
do not like the gray jerseys.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned earlier as 1-2, strike three called in the outside corner. Big first out for Wyoming, but as you mentioned, Wyoming's jerseys do look a lot like the Buffalo
Buffs.
pinstripes that.
I love.
Yeah, the last time you were here for the Air Force series,
Yes.
they wore those and very similar.
Technically, the road team jerseys as the designated road team.
Yeah, technically, yes.
Do we have black ones?
They
We do have black
they
ones.
They do?
We have black pinstripe
They do have
ones.
black jerseys.
As the HDMI
So
cable
Simones, who walked his first time up, will keep the line moving with the bases loaded.
Oh no!
Takes that one high.
Sorry, Harrison. The camera died. Let
Oh,
me go get it. You might have to do a radio call for a couple seconds.
Oh, is it still on air?
Duh.
Well, why are you talking?
Just to tell you that so you can adjust.
Swing and a miss. As we try to fix our camera here. Miller in an 0-2 count. Simone stands in. Looking for a big hit. Swings and hits a foul ball. So
And we're back.
we are momentarily back. 0-2 is the count. 2-0 our score. Colorado over Wyoming. There we go.
Little hot swap.
Simone's fighting his at bat. Fouls it off again, or did he not? No, he did. He did get it off. I heard a hee-ah from the umpire. I wasn't sure what he implied by that. But a foul ball.
Still a vocal umpire. I do like umpires that we had one in the Air Force series that would just put a fist up for strikes, and it really annoyed me.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. So Stratton Miller after the Buffaloes loaded the bases. Strikes out 2 in a row at the top of the Buffs order. And now it'll be down to Charlie Lesh, and the Buffaloes might end this inning without a run.
The cleanup hitter's got to do what he's been put in this position to do.
Yeah, they need a hit now.
There's a reason he's batting 4.
Lesh had a sacrifice fly in his first at-bat. Has had a lot of productive outs today, but 2 outs can't do so this time. But has had a good season in the cleanup spot as a catcher. Not something you see every day. One of my more favorite baseball players in history is Buster Posey. Played cleanup a lot.
Ooh, what a jump there. I thought catchers being 4 is like usually, because catchers are usually like the bigger guys.
Yeah.
Like Alejandro Kirk.
Maybe I would say it's
Or
not.
DH,
It's not too rare.
Or like a first baseman.
The 2-0. Swung on. Tattooed to right center, and it's caught!
Jumping catch.
A leaping catch by Duck. An excellent play. And Hugh Ballard will silence the Buffaloes despite them loading the bases. So it will remain 2-0. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 2.
Who are new in black and gold.
Yeah, of course, Jake, in 2026, we're built through the transfer portal. So you Ted on Danny Scudero, he's going to be awesome, but also someone like Damian Henderson in the backfield. We saw very good flashes from him in the spring game, navigating behind a new offensive line, navigating into space through defenders, creating big chunk plays. We're hoping to see more of that once the regular season comes around with a Deion Sanders football program in Colorado that really has never had that much of an established rushing game. I'd love to see more of that and have a nice balanced attack in addition to Marion's kind of outlet system. And then on the defense side of the ball, we have to mention Mr. Boo Carter coming over from the SEC school in Tennessee. We saw him flying around the field, making big plays, tackles all over, disrupting that offense that Marion's putting out there. But it's good to see that balance and a real statement from the defense, someone new coming over.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a guy I mentioned, Danny Scudero, but led FCS in passing or in receiving yards last year, and so he'll be a big addition for this Deion Sanders program. And then also the continuity. A lot of guys from Sacramento State, where Brandon Marion was the head coach, as you mentioned. So it'll be really interesting to see how all of these kind of different skill sets come together, and if Coach Pride.
Welcome back to bottom of the second. Little Mister alongside Nick Evans, as I was just called by someone over there. I'm not even going to mention his name. He doesn't deserve the time of day anymore. As Will Shine will head back to the bump.
That was more than a slight.
We got some dramatic music for him. Oh, never mind. I forgot this was the intro for that.
Yeah. You a Kodak fan?
A little bit.
I can't say it on air, but I'm the crap I'm farting. That's my favorite line.
Say that again?
I'm the crap I'm farting. On swimming. Or drowning, excuse me. Which, my friend says, ruined that whole song. He said that line ruins the whole song.
Oh, I don't blame him.
I'm the crap I'm farting.
All right. We heard it twice, and we need to hear it another.
I just need to reiterate that he said that on a hit song.
Yeah,
which is more bolder than Sabrina Carpenter saying "switch it up like Nintendo" on a hit song, which to me is even bolder.
That's my queen right there.
Even bolder than "I'm the crap I'm farting."
So John Leader leads off for Wyoming. This is a baseball game after all. We do have to talk about the game as he swings and misses. Shine's first pitch.
Well, in both the rate of hits, the game hadn't started at that point. It'll be
a gorgeous day. Some cloud coverage now, a little misty,
I
guess you could say, approaching dusk. 57 degrees. 0-1 pitch, it misses outside. So Leader had a nice day. Multiple hits in game 1 of the series. Only batter on Wyoming to do so. Swings at that pitch and grounds it to short. Simone zips it, and that's out number 1.
Couldn't get any Oppo Taco trying to get the Radeon ready. Radeon ready. Couldn't get any of that Oppo Taco, as I said, that he got a lot of earlier. Got a lot of hits off of that. A lot of right-handed players in the NCBA. I know there's not a lot of lefties in baseball as a whole, but definitely a lot less than the minors or in the majors.
So it brings up Joe Johnson. I enjoy just kind of calling him Joe last game.
Joe MLB was a funny bit.
Joe Random.
So was Joe.
But no, Joe Johnson. We'll respect him this time.
Only this time, though.
Yeah.
Next
Starting
game.
in left again. Swings at that one. Pops it up.
Oh.
Shine calls off the first baseman. Nearly a collision, but he'll make the catch at number 2. Tunks and
both thought they
Shine.
had it.
Yeah.
Almost messed up the play there.
You don't usually see that in an infield fly that was that low, but I guess it wasn't that much time to call everyone off, so.
I mean, if you're the first base, you gotta back off, and if he drops the ball, that's his fault for calling you off. That's not. It's better than the collision, because that just means you miscommunicated bad.
So here's Ballard after the excellent catch in right his last time. It was one of those where maybe he didn't need to jump, but he kind of lunged for it, and it kind of took it with him in the air.
Yeah, and still made a little spectacle out of it too. This means another ball outside the zone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call it that, but it does stoke memories of the Dude Perfect, where like they fake the diving catches and stuff. 0-2 from Shine. That's there right there.
Oh yeah.
So for the second straight inning, Shine ends it with a strikeout. Both looking, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Cowboys. Will head to the third.
Who took a 9-6 win, as well as some bragging rights against another Colorado school.
The lacrosse team is escaping the spring snow and heading to sunny California this weekend, where they will play the UC Davis Aggies. This will be the 10th lacrosse match ever between UC Davis and Colorado, where Colorado currently holds an undefeated 9-0 record against them. First draw in Northern California is set for 1 p.m. on Sunday, and you can catch the game on the UC Davis YouTube channel, where there's strangely 4 people currently waiting for the event 2 days out.
Well, the Colorado Buffaloes women's soccer team hosted its annual Colorado Cup this past Saturday. Here is Max Friedel with the recap, direct from Prentup Field.
What's up, Buffs fans? My name is Max Friedel here at Prentup Field shortly after the Colorado women's soccer team beat Air Force 2-0 to claim their 5th straight Colorado Cup championship. The Buffs started off today with a 2-0 win over University of Colorado Springs, then moved on to a game against Colorado College where they won 1-0 off an Ava Priest penalty. The big story today was how the Buffs are going to do without the Leba twins. Obviously, Faith and Hope Leba are on their U.S. women's national team call-ups, so without them today, how are they going to do? They did just fine. After the game, I talked with Ava Priest and Danny Sanchez. Ava said it's a great feeling that CU refuses to lose the Colorado Cup, and now claiming their 5th straight. My name is Max Friedel, again, reporting for Scobo Sports.
Colorado's tennis season has come to an end. They lost to both Baylor. What?
Happy birthday, Kainoa Hyatt, here on Scobo Sports, as he is 20 years old. Will be studying abroad in the fall, so last, potentially, game of his first year of Scobo Sports, and he did the soccer game versus Nebraska, which I think soccer lost to Nebraska, which is fascinating, yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's a spring game.
They won. Oh, volleyball. Sorry.
Volleyball, they did win.
Oh, you're talking about soccer?
Yes, soccer, there was also the spring game.
Well, soccer, I mean...
First pitch swinging from Tyler Gilmore. That's into the gap. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Gilmore is chugging for 2. He's got it easily. He'll think about 3. He's going for 3. Here's the throw. He is safe and has to get back to the bag, but he's got a triple, a leadoff one for Tyler Gilmore.
Yeah, really aggressive base running. I like it. As we talked about last game, Colorado's not afraid of this Wyoming fielding team. They're really aggressive. They're stealing a lot. They're just doing a lot of things they wouldn't do just because they're not afraid of any player on this Wyoming fielding.
Yeah, that's how you got to play against everybody. You just got to be fearless.
They're already up 2. I mean, you're defending a lead. Might as well.
Aggressive hitting from the freshman. His second hit of the day brings up Rowan Hobson, who squared to bunt momentarily, but pulled back, and the catcher can't find the ball, and there it is.
As I was going to say, Colorado did win the Colorado Cup. That's
yes, Colorado Cup, but then they had to play Wyoming or Nebraska.
But I mean,
today, and I don't.
The Cup means more.
I'll have to double check that. Honestly, I don't. They might have.
And Shira James and Jordanitis both at that game.
Oh.
We actually got some quotes from them off the record, but
Nebraska defeated Oklahoma State.
So that's Hobson fouling that one off. Hobson also had a single his first trip. Another youngster on this Buffalo squad who's had a really nice season. Made some good contributions.
It's nice to know that this roster is not really going to turn over too much next year. They will definitely be back for my senior year.
That ball misses. 2-1 the count. Shout out Quinn for staying on top of the scoring. Yeah, you got the crash course from Kieran.
Yep. Wonder how that game's going.
Same.
CSU. The game's on MCLA
2-1.
TV.
Driven out to right. Back goes Ballard. He goes off his glove. So Gilmore will head home, and Hobson awkwardly gets the second. Ran into the first baseman. A dog barked. A chaotic
The
double.
absurdity.
For the left fielder tonight. And it's an RBI. And, oh yeah, they might have called interference on that little collision, so he'll get an extra base. Head to third.
Not the prettiest base running, but also didn't expect the right fielder to... He did have to make that leap and grab, though. Or, I guess he did a little...
He tried. I mean, he tried to lay out again. Obviously, might have been feeling himself after the nice catch he had in the last inning.
Yeah.
But yes, indeed, Nebraska beat CU in the spring soccer game 1-0. I mean, it's spring. They probably weren't playing all the starters and everything. They want to keep everybody healthy. LaLeba twins are also not there. They're with the national team. So,
shout out the U20
grain of salt.
Women's team.
Oh, and Faith Leba scored against the Japan game as Tongue swings and misses, but it goes to the backstop, and Hobson scores another. It's 4-0 Colorado.
Yeah, the Leba twins are on the U20 team. The national team was here at Dix though, yesterday.
Well, they're U23, and I'm gonna look it up. I know for a fact Faith Leba scored, and Hope Leba had the assist.
Wow.
So it was a draw with, as that pitch popped up down the third base line, third baseman's having trouble finding it, and it falls right between everybody. So Nathan Tunks finds a way and gets on base after the Buffaloes add 2 more runs.
The bloopiest of all bloopers. That one was between 3 different fielders, had plenty of hang time. 3 different players tracking it, just couldn't locate it. There is a lot of clouds. I mean, the ball does get lost. Still, there was plenty of hang time for that. That's got to be an error on somebody.
Yeah, I think it'll go down as a hit since nobody touched it, but McGinnis sears it towards the dugout. They're loving it, though. He's been making some really good contact in recent weeks. Has been mostly a pinch hitter, has had a little bit of limited action, not the usual starter at third, but has been swinging the bat well. Had a single his last time up, a double in game 1, and we'll look for more right now. Still nobody out in this inning, but I was correct. The U23 team took on Netherlands. They had a 1-1 draw, and Faith Leba had the game-tying goal.
There you go.
Look out, parking lot, bounce. Well, Kieran's gone, so
Kieran's at CSU.
No worry about his car. My car's all the way out there.
Yeah, Kieran. Even though there is plenty of spots open, Kieran always parks at that corner closest to the ballpark, which is always funny to me.
Chop to third. They will turn it at 2. He's out there, but McGinnis makes it to first in time.
Little slow roller.
Tunks was nearly safe, very close play, but
good job beating it out though.
Casual out call. It'll go as a fielder's choice. Brings up Colin Dwyer, who had the beautiful bunt in his first at-bat.
Beautiful what?
Bunt.
Bunt.
What did you think? Oh yeah, I did not say butt.
A lot of baseball players are pretty caked up.
Okay.
I will say that. They are.
They wear the tight pants.
Yes.
They work out their glutes.
They have to. They have to work out that area of the body.
Do they?
Yes.
Have you never noticed that baseball
their
players'
thighs
butts
and
are just big?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I don't really look at a lot of.
Who's that player where it bounces off of his butt and it like moves a lot? Do you know that clip I'm talking about? The Athletics. Was it Nick Kurtz? Who was it? Was it Shane? Who was it? like where it just bounces off of him and it jiggles a little bit.
Miller delivers. Half swing over to the first baseman. Miller's going to try to cover, but Dwyer beats it out.
Ooh.
So another infield single for Colin Dwyer. A swinging bunt. And it worked just the same.
Yeah, I mean, found exactly where it needed to. Thought you'd get some PXP from the pitcher. Little infield drill, but just couldn't get to it quick enough.
Yeah, Miller tried to get there, but I think Dwyer's going to beat that anyway. He's got really good speed in the 9-hole. Great fielder.
Two really
cookie
fast.
Cutter.
On base.
Base running and fielding center fielder.
I also want to mention that the Rockies are in their first out. They're already down 2-0 in the game, and they are still in the first out of the game.
It's the Dodgers.
It is the Dodgers.
Hoffman up. 0-1. Solid foul back. I don't even know how to describe what he just did. I tried to say swung.
Yeah.
And then I said like swole or something.
Mm.
But 0-2 is the count. 1 out here in the third.
Hoffman
Buffalo's up 4-zip.
Great second half of the season, though.
Yeah,
Had a
he's
little bit
really
of
come
slump,
alive at the plate.
But just really good at second half.
1 for 2 today. Had a single his last appearance. Chopped it towards the Buffs dugout.
You can see the shadow of the Flatiron starting to come down on the ballpark. Probably going to see some night action today. Maybe some sunset.
We'll see.
They're creeping up. It's always the shadow of the mountains that lets you know we're getting close.
We're still getting... We've got a little bit of ways away before it gets too dark.
Should be like an hour and a half, right? To sundown.
Yeah. By the end of the day, it'll be dark. Miller's 0-2. Foul back again. Hoffman hanging in there. Much cloudier than we started, but still very nice weather.
Yeah, I've been bracing for all kinds of weird weather: rain, snow, cloud cover. Like sun, not a lot of you don't really get that in Boulder. It's always the April. You always get that late. As we got time called, almost in the motion. It was really close.
Yeah, very close, but pitcher doesn't mind. He's probably realizing, hey, I've given up 4 runs today. I can't really be complaining here. I'm not in that position right now. But he's in an 0-2 count. Runners on first and second. Hoffman. Runner goes. Ball gets away. So easily, McGinnis and Dwyer reach third and second respectively.
Dare I say it, another ball errant.
Yeah, not as many in the game too.
Well, I mean, we're also only
Miller's had better control, I'd say. No walks today.
Yeah.
But just 1, actually. No hit by pitches.
Oh, yeah, I guess it was the...
Yet.
Yeah.
Hoffman battling. The 1-2. In the dirt. Holds McGinnis back.
I will say McGinnis is just holding his glove.
And now he's tossing it.
He was about to go base.
I think that's his shin guard. So
yeah.
he
was just kind of running
carrying
with
it along. So the 2-2. Swung on, chopped to third. They will just take the out at first, and nice throw from third baseman Vance. And that is the second out on Hoffman. Brings up Chase Ambule.
Ambule, another one of those players you want right here. 2 runners in scoring position. I wish we did track that stat. It's a little limited in how many stats that we track, but runners in scoring position, Ambule is one of the best players. It always seems to be reliable in these situations.
Had a hit, Buff's first of the day back in the first. Struck out his last time up in a big spot with 2 outs. Buff's a hit away from going up 6-0 on Wyoming, roughly. Depends on how hard hit it is.
Nice little base hit.
0-1. In the dirt, behind him, here comes McGinnis, and he will score. So there you go, 5-0. And the Buffs dugout living it up in there. Patrick Tully saw that one go behind him and just kind of surrendered that.
Yeah, it seems like every ball that goes past, they're trying home a lot more than what they were doing in the CSU Air Force series. So
1-1 the count. Runner on third, 2 outs. Ambule takes a ball in the dirt once more.
That's a good block.
Yeah, definitely didn't want to let that happen again.
Blocking is a lot harder. A lot harder than it looks like. As I said,
Still, he's had his reps in today.
Catcher is the only position that's involved in every single pitch of the game. And it is a lot harder than you think.
2-1. In there, inside corner. Ambuel doesn't like the call.
It's also funny because I didn't play catcher. I was a third baseman. But
I did play some catcher in my time.
I can appreciate how hard that position is.
It was hard, I can admit. I enjoyed it, though.
Being involved in every play, that's got to be cool.
Ambuel lets it go right by his noggin, and the count is full. And I have just received word that Lincoln Roach will be attending this baseball game.
That is fantastic news. That's all I needed to hear. It's that rallies me, you know. I need a morale boost.
Payoff in the dirt, ball 4. Probably just gonna vent about mountain time, to be honest.
Yeah. No, Lincoln is a very busy worker.
Busy guy.
Doesn't do enough baseball, but you know, he's doing so many other things that you can't follow a guy like that.
So runners on the corners now brings up Simone's as the back of Quinn's laptop fell off. How do I get this back on?
You're just gonna snap it.
I just gotta leave it there.
It breaks all the time. Comes up in class and stuff.
Runner gets a great jump. They won't even try to throw down. Ambuel head on a swivel there, and now the throw back to the pitcher gets away, and Dwyer just trots home.
I was gonna say before that, dare I say, this Wyoming team is looking lethargic. They're slowing everything, and that did not help getting that 45-foot pitch or throw back to the mound, just errant.
Yeah, it was definitely some laziness, and now the runner goes again, but a hit and run, and Simone smacks it into left, and that will score Ambuel 7-0 Buffaloes here in the third. 5-run inning.
We mentioned getting a quick start to the inning. The Buffs are not really Game 2 doubleheader material, but showing right there that they still got it. I mean, this is a team that's built for the endurance. I think that's what's going to really help them in the postseason. One game behind Air Force, going to see how this rest of the season shapes out. And as we mentioned, this is the final conference series that we will see from the Buffs team at home.
That ball kicks off of Tully, and Simone's heads to second. So, still 2 outs, but Miller struggling to escape.
I don't know what goes into as many pass balls as we've seen. I don't want to say it's one or the other at fault. The cross isn't live. Oh, no, it's not on YouTube.
That ball popped up and into foul territory.
Yeah,
out of play.
Our lacrosse game will be on MCLA TV.
I might need to go help him out there. Potentially.
Well, Hannah has played softball. I'm sure she could step in here and do a good job commentating. See, she gave the thumbs up. Harrison, you can
1-1.
go in there.
Jam shot foul.
Quinn could do double duty too on the scoreboard. It's not that hard.
I figured it out now.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be with Lincoln though.
Yeah, that is a tough decision. Make Lincoln go fix it at lacrosse.
To go help with lacrosse.
So yeah,
because Kieran asked.
I should say I don't know. The lacrosse team spent $300 on a Starlink
1-2.
hotspot.
Up and in. Go ahead.
Starlink hotspot, $300 retail price for the team. So hopefully we'll enjoy some live coverage on NCLA TV.
But did you see their shout out from Derek White?
Yeah, and they also gave Derek White also left a great message.
Yeah, it's a big game.
Big deal.
2-2 in the dirt. Runner goes. Simone's is in there, just safe.
A little bit of a slow jump on it too.
Yeah.
A little after the leg was raised.
So Tully did a decent job getting it over to third, but just barely not in time.
For the amount of time that they're being aggressive on the base running, not a lot of pickoff attempts too from this pitcher. At least compared to the mean that we've seen. That rhymes.
Payoff pitch. Up and in. Flings the bat. Goes to second. A little showmanship from Charlie Lesh. So, runners first and third once more. Brings up Tyler Gilmore, and now the Buffs have batted around.
Yeah, in a non-existent bullpen for this Wyoming team, you got to feel for them just having to stick with their starting pitcher for the full 7 innings.
Lesh has a massive jump off first, though. Miller just collecting himself. Wouldn't be surprised if Lesh goes anyway. Doesn't go on the first pitch, but misses low and outside.
And
Gilmore led this inning off with a triple. Go ahead.
It's not helping, too, that CU is just dragging Miller right now. They're doing a lot of high count pitches and dragging foul balls.
Foul tip, and Lesh thought it might have just been a wild pitch, but he'll goes past the second. Gosh, that's a loud ringer.
There we go. I'm sorry if you heard the ding of Quinn's laptop.
You know what, Quinn? You need a new laptop.
I need a new laptop.
Oh.
Nah, I'm not. I don't need
That
this
ball
argument on
misses.
there. This argument doesn't need to be on the air.
The umpire really squatted to get a good eye on that one, but it just missed.
For all the Rockies fans here, TJ Rumfield, who else, got an RBI for Mickey Moniak, so it's a 2-1 game now.
Mickey Moniak, Quinn's favorite.
Now, I am a huge fan of TJ Rumfield. That kid is fantastic. Makes me really, really hopeful for the future of the Rockies. Him and Chase Dolander, two youngins that are just swinging right now. Well, pitcher, doing really good for this Rockies roster.
Gilmore in a 2-2 count. 2 outs, 2 runners on. 7-0 is our score. Buffalo's looking to keep pouring it on. They've got a run 90 feet away. Runner goes. And it just misses. That was actually a full count pitch. And it missed for ball 4.
That's our bad.
Quinn will take the L.
Yeah. Quinn can't get everyone. I mean, that's a lot of pitches to be 100% on.
So bases loaded and 2 outs. Rowan Hobson will step to the plate. Had a double and a single. And with his speed, you never know with the cycle. So he's looking for his 3rd hit today.
Yeah,
And another would really blow this game to pieces.
Best thing for the Buffs is to not only keep hitting, but just keep dragging them through those counts. I mean, no bullpen means if you just keep forcing the full counts like they've... I mean, how many payoff pitches have been thrown in this inning alone? Like, that wears out a pitcher more than you think it does.
Yeah, the Cowboys didn't really go with too many arms. They went with... It was... Pardon me. Ethan Bonham the whole way. His first pitch fired in for a strike from Miller.
Bonham now having to go from pitching to third base. That is a hard thing to do.
Yeah, he threw a lot of pitches himself.
Like that poor arm.
0-1, just outside.
At least let him be like first base or something. Like that is brutal. But I mean, been doing the position well. I mean, third baseman, not a lot of mistakes that we've seen. So
the 1-1. Up and out away again.
And as we mentioned, I'm sorry, Harrison. As we mentioned, no stat keeping from Wyoming at all, so we really can't get a gauge on any of these players.
Hobson takes another ball. Same location, same result, and now Tully will go console him for a moment.
Yeah, I think more than anything, Miller's just kind of predictable right now. He's kind of throwing a lot high, which is really what we've seen from Bonham in Game 1. Switch it up. I mean, that's the best thing for Miller. He's shown that he's a good pitcher. He's just cutting late. He's getting the Buffs, whatever they're doing, are getting a good read on him. That's why they got 7 past him.
And that misses up. Bases loaded walk. Simones will take home. It's 8-0 Colorado. And it looks like we might be having some form of change. They'll discuss, and yeah, not even a real mound visit. I think they might be just making some changes, as it looks like Tanner Vance will head to the dugout for a moment.
Yeah, call that
prepping to pitch here.
Coach is fully sat down, by the way.
Well, now it's The Cowboys just
favoring his leg.
Might be cramping up here. Maybe they're just chilling, waiting on yeah, it looks like a cramp situation. Interesting.
Yeah, cramps are the worst part of the sport.
So it looks like Tanner Vance will take the mound for Wyoming. Base is still loaded with 2 outs for the Buffs. We'll be back in just a moment. Nathan Tunks will step in, and you can continue your conversation. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, Jackie, we're a little short-staffed on the CSU game for lacrosse. Jackie Rivera, our usual reliable camera, is working today.
I saw her.
Yeah.
When I pulled in for Mid Students Day, she was right there, and I snuck in a. Hey, do you want to be TD? And she was like, what? And then I drove off.
She's doing she's doing not only admitted students, but also doing at least I believe the openers for Disco Lines, which is a very long day for poor Jackie, but probably a fat paycheck.
So Tanner Vance takes over on the mound for Wyoming. Stratton Miller will depart after surrendering 8 runs, including 6 in this 3rd inning alone. Still 2 outs, bases loaded. Tunks looking for his 2nd hit of the inning. Swings and hits a high fly ball. Not quite enough on it, or does it have enough? It's carrying back, and it's over the left fielder's head. It's all the way to the wall. Here comes Hobson from 3rd. The bases are clear. Nathan Tunks just drives it, grooves it out enough past the left fielder, up on the warning track, and it's 11-0 Colorado.
What feels better, getting that double or getting 3 RBIs on the as I'm a little camera shy because Hannah's still taking pictures of us.
I'm recording.
But oh no, she's recording. A double and 3 RBIs off the bat, as you said, base clearing. That just feels so good off your hands.
That ball's grooved into left center. That'll get down. Here comes another run. It's a 10-run inning for the Buffs. 12-zip RBI knock for McGinnis.
We were just talking about how it feels off the bat. That one, not too hard struck of a ball, but that one just gave him so much resistance. You feel it. It just takes you through that swing. You feel the vibration on your hand. It feels so good to get one through the gap right there.
7th hit of the inning for the Buffs. And one of those outs was a fielder's choice, so really only one true out that didn't do anything for the Buffs. Oddly by Nathan Hoffman, who's usually the reliable presence, had a hit in the last inning. But now it'll be Colin Dwyer, his 2nd at-bat of the inning, his 3rd in 2 innings. Pitch misses inside, so the Buffs just keep it coming.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Wyoming, the 8-hole and 9-hole hitter for this Buffs team, 2 speedsters in McGinnis and Dwyer. You see how quickly I'd be surprised if Max doesn't try and steal here.
That ball popped up on the infield. This might finally stop the bleeding, and oh no, it's dropped. Vance couldn't grab it. And just when Wyoming thought they might have gotten out of it, it's, by technicality, the third infield hit of the day for Dwyer, though that one will go as an E1 on Vance. And brings up a pinch hitter for Hoffman. That is going to be Rip Lockhart, the freshman from Delta, Colorado.
Delta also a place that supplies the produce section of King Supers.
Oh, shout out Delta.
Yeah, shout out Delta. I'm more of a Rocky Ford person. I think that's my favorite. They supplied the Rocky Ford cantaloupes, which are very good. Yep.
So his first at-bat did make an appearance in the Air Force series. And runner, great jump. McGinnis, again carrying his shin guard over to third.
He didn't like duck his head down too. He just kind of ran like so pedestrian, like he was going for a jog.
So Buffalo's just toying with Wyoming right now. 1-1 the count on Lockhart. Swings and off the little inside part of the bat, and that's another run. Dwyer over to third. It's 13-0. RBI for Rip Lockhart.
I believe 24 was what CU scored in the what was it? The Mine series. It was something like that. Are we on pace to break that? I think we are. We're only in the third. Or I guess we won it.
We did the five inning. Yeah, we may not be, but
24. That was a crazy game.
So a single the other way. Just found a nice piece of it. Plenty of green grass in that area code. Brings up Chase Ambule. And only 3 Buffs, or actually 2 now, as that ball misses inside. Here comes Dwyer home. 14-0 now. Lockhart over to second. Make that 12 runs this inning for CU. As with Ambule now up, only Simones and Lesh have only batted once this inning. So the Buffs with the chance to bat around twice.
Harrison, only 8 people watching the stream right now. That is, I believe, the lowest watched club sports stream of the year, not just the semester.
Well, that's a shame, because look how competitive this is.
I know, but 8 people.
Up and in?
Usually we get a good, 54. 54 is probably the average. Lacrosse can get up to, 300. But 8 people, that is... Thank you to everybody that's watching. I am one of them, so I guess the 7 of you that are gathered here. Still a beautiful day for baseball. A lot of, oh, no. I was about to say there's a lot of people here. There's only, 12.
Ambule, bouncing ball over to short. He'll try to make this throw, bounces it into the dirt, and Ambule's safe. Probably would have beat it out anyway. Weakly hit grounder. So an infield single for Ambule, his second hit of the day. As it might be dark by the time this inning ends.
Are we threatening a twice bat around?
Yeah, I was just mentioning that. So Simones is up, had a single his first at bat of the inning, and if he and Lesh keep it rolling, the Buffs will have batted around twice. So 14-0 the score. It's been 2 outs for an eternity. Runner goes. They won't throw down. Shortstop wasn't even covering. Ambule reaches. So second and third for Finn Simones. 1 for 2 today. Had a walk and also a strikeout.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Colorado is just not afraid of the Wyoming catcher. They're as we get a quick delivery, kick and serve.
Foul the way.
But it's hard to tell when there's a good catcher on a team because they just do the routine stuff. But it is easy to tell when it's easy to run on a catcher because if you're just getting a steal and they're not getting the ball there quick enough, you really quickly just don't become afraid of them and you steal any chance that you can get.
That ball smacked out to left. Will it get down? It can. It's off the left fielder's chest. Try to make a sliding catch. 2 more runs score. And it is 16-0.
So I'm not fully aware of the rules of baseball. Would you call that just a hit, not an error?
It was tough.
Because I've I've heard that like the baseline that we expect players to be so good, we like award sometimes too hard of plays as errors just because we expect so much from players in today's game. That's what I saw that in another video.
I got to stop you here because Charlie Lesh is batting left-handed now. He's probably ready for this inning to be over. As the Buffs have scored 14, Lesh takes a strike.
I think he's Chipper Jones.
Switch hitting here. Testing his luck. He's done it before.
Yep.
1-1.
Oh.
Nicely contact, but the left fielder makes the catch. Johnson mercifully puts an end to a 14-run third inning for the Buffaloes. It is 16-0. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Do you have one more thing, Nick?
Yeah, dude, do you want to know how long this inning was? Or half inning, excuse me?
Yeah, I would love to.
You want to take a guess?
30 minutes?
Close, 27.
Yeah, that makes sense.
27 and a half of the inning, I should say.
Hopefully the bottom of the third is shorter. We'll be right back.
Hello, Buff fans. Welcome to this week's Go Buff Sports Live Show. I'm your host, Hannah Howell.
And I'm Aiden Glockner, also your host.
What?
Hannah, beautiful spring that we have today. I really don't miss the 70-degree weather that we had literally 24 hours ago.
Honestly, Aiden, I'm sure the people going to disco line tonight agree with you. Nothing screams disco like a cold front and snow.
Well, what does scream disco, though? All you need to know about CU sports this week.
We're seeing green this Friday as one of CU's biggest donors made a record-breaking investment into the athletic department. Longtime donors Jeff Crawford and his wife Orsi committed $6 million to CU athletics over the next 3 years. Half of their gift will go to the newly named George Family Athletic Directors Fund, named for quasi-retired AD Rick George. The other half will be redirected to student athletes through the Crawford's Family Whole program, which started in 2021 to help CU manage the NIL era. Jeff is a real estate giant and CU grad who has long dedicated earnings to the university, but his cash influx on Friday was one of the largest in school history.
Marquee teams hate to see the Buffaloes in the transfer portal. Colorado added 4 players, including an all-freshman and a freshman of the year from mid-major programs. The first commit was former Tulane guard and the aforementioned ACC freshman of the year, Michaelin Marshall. J.R. Payne's squad then added the other 3 on Tuesday. The Buffs signed former Big 12 guards K-State's Ania Foy and Utah's Brooke Walker. The final commit was forward Kira Reynolds, who earned all freshman honors with UT Arlington.
Alongside those commits, Colorado's largest freshman contributor announced her return. Forward Logan Greer re-signed with the Buffs this week after earning all Big 12 freshman honors. While one Buff stays, another former Buff is moving on to greener.
Well, Wyoming's going to try. It's the bottom of the third. They're down 16-0. And we do have some breaking NFL news.
NBA.
As
The Knicks are up by 8 with 20 seconds to go. That should be the first game taken away as the Cavs, Nuggets, and Knicks, all home teams, look to have taken their first games.
swung on a missed. Stratton Miller up for Wyoming. Still his first at-bat of the day.
Wow.
While the Buffaloes had every member of the Buffaloes lineup had 2 at-bats last inning.
Wow.
And
already a strikeout.
And he strikes out on 3 pitches. Throw over from whoever the catcher now is in time.
I will say, Wyoming is the nicest team that has visited us. They are very, very considerate guys.
Yes.
Their fans are, from what we've talked to, have been fantastic. Just great people. They deserve all the talent and friendliness.
Yeah.
Bryce Smith behind the plate. Xander Witt steps in.
Don't worry.
We know. Love you guys.
By the way, the Wild secured that win, by the way, against the Stars. The Flyers-Penguins first drop happened.
The Giants.
Oh.
New York Giants traded Dexter Lawrence to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Really? Serious?
Wow.
For the 10th overall pick in the NFL draft.
Wow. Who do you think the Giants are eyeing on that 10th spot?
I haven't kept up with the draft as much as I usually do.
Caleb Downs. That'd
Ooh.
be
That's
it.
our other pick. I don't know who they're going
Well, do you think you'll fall to 10?
No.
No.
Higher pick. That's I don't know.
Yes, it's the
I'm
Giants.
inserting myself in the conversation.
Yeah, we have a resident Giants fan.
Charlie, we want a quick
Charlie
little
Lesh.
interview?
I'll do an interview.
So Charlie Lesh has Witt will reach on a walk, but
Yeah, I'll
Lesh
take play-by-play.
batted from both sides of the plate in one inning. Has that ever happened before?
No. Well, I've never done it, but I mean, I'm sure someone has. I think someone has, for sure. I mean, switch hitter.
And you made pretty good contact and couldn't get it down, but how does it feel?
I mean, it was my best contact of the day from the left side, which is kind of funny. What did I go today? 0 for 7 maybe with a. I think I had 5 RBIs though, which is not bad.
As we get the second out of the inning, that was a fly out.
Yeah, nice job by Hobson, but yeah, Charlie, you had the sac fly, and you had
What
some.
about that catch that he made? That was ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That was a good
That was a
catch.
ridiculous catch.
incredible catch. But you've had some productive outs today. You scored some. You had some
I
RBIs.
have, and everyone else has done the hitting, so I'm
Yeah.
just here along for the ride, which is good.
Do you have a favorite switch hitter?
A favorite switch hitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Dominguez.
Ooh.
Jason Dominguez. I mean,
I like that.
I'm a little bit biased because I'm a Yankee fan, but he's just kind of awesome, and he's in AAA right now, which is kind of nuts.
I wish my dad's listening to this right now. And, it's really, it's really
0-1.
Yes.
Outside.
3-1.
Oh, we're a little behind
Yeah.
on the Quinn front.
Scoreboard bums. Other favorite switch Xavier Edwards.
Oh, Xavier.
Oh,
Edwards.
Xavier Edwards.
Your boy.
Yep.
Jorge Posada was not a switch.
How about Cesar Hernandez?
Foul
Great.
off?
He had a great card in the show 25. Xavier Edwards.
Who?
Xavier Edwards had a great card
Yeah, I
in
met
the
him.
show.
I have a picture with him.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
He was playing the show 26.
really cool.
Yeah, I love the show 26. It's
How many hours do you have in the game?
204, I think. I know life that game. That's my favorite sports game.
Oh.
No. Unfortunately.
Yeah, Bryce.
Oh.
Smith throws it down.
No World Series?
I only played Diamond Dynasty.
Witt
I'm one of those guys.
will reach second.
It's a World Series. That's ranked.
Oh, no, yeah. I have not gone that far yet. I'm ass at the game.
You get precision ranks.
I know.
Go
Yeah.
for precision ranks.
Like $10
It's low-key
reigns.
the meta. TikTok shot.
Do you use the bet PCI?
No, I use.
Ooh.
I use
Yeah.
altitude.
Payoff
and
pitch.
reverb.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner.
This is fun.
I'm
So-
upset too. I'm upset. All right, I'm gonna go.
Will Shine gets it moving. We'll head to the top of the fourth, which the scoreboard already has 5 runs for the Buffaloes in, but that's all we can do right now.
Limitation of the scoreboard.
So it's 16-zip. Let's go to the fourth.
You Ted on Danny Scudero, he's going to be awesome, but also someone like Damian Henderson in the backfield. We saw very good flashes from him in the spring game, navigating behind a new offensive line, navigating into space through defenders, creating big chunk plays. We're hoping to see more of that once the regular season comes around with a Deion Sanders football program in Colorado that really has never had that much of an established rushing game. I'd love to see more of that and have a nice balanced attack in addition to Marion's kind of outlet system. And then on the defense side of the ball, we have to mention Mr. Boo Carter coming over from the SEC school in Tennessee. We saw him flying around the field, making big plays, tackles, all over, disrupting that offense that Marion's putting out there. But it's good to see that balance and a real statement from the defense, someone new coming over.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a guy I mentioned, Danny Scudero, but led FCS in passing or in receiving yards last year, and so he'll be a big addition for this Deion Sanders program. And then also the continuity. A lot of guys from Sacramento State, where Brandon Marion was the head coach, as you mentioned. So it'll be really interesting to see how all of these kind of different skill sets come together and if Coach Prime is built to lead. I know there are some questions, so what's your outlook? What should Buff fans take away from the spring game, and how are you feeling about this coming season?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to I'm feeling optimistic. I was a part of Deion's press conference, and he was talking some medical issues, different things he's felt from the program, but I think especially compared to last season where it didn't go well. We saw a 3-9 season, but I think there's real things Buff fans should be excited about because there's change within the program, not just with the players, but with the coaching staff and with that outlook that Deion's putting out in front of the press conference, even here in the spring, not even far away from the season. There's so much more to build on, and I'm excited.
We're back for the fourth after the Buffaloes scored 14 runs in the third. They'll follow it up. Tyler Gilmore will take to the plate, but shout out Charlie Lesh
for coming up here.
Yeah, getting our little mid-game interview. Had a nice aroma going in the press box. Don't want to elaborate any more on that, though.
Yeah. It smells like a
Oh,
it's on Plunksome.
Wentz is in pain, but will be awarded first base.
That hit a little fleshy part. You could hear that. It's gonna leave a little mark.
Yeah, right in that
little gap
Yeah.
between your collarbone, where it's just
The
all
wing,
meaty.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it smells like rum and raspberries up here. Which is an official.
Not as
flavor.
much anymore. It was for a little, but they're not in the dugout. They're not in
It's
the
a
press box anymore.
Great thing to smell like.
But Gilmore's at first. Hobson will step in after a double and a walk in the last inning. Also has a single today. First pitch well outside.
I'd call that the first pitch that got away from him. Every other pitch, for the amount of pass balls and wild pitches we've seen, that was the only one that really wasn't tight to the zone. It's not like any of the pitchers have been bad. There's just been so many pass balls and missed blocks. As that one also gets past him. So.
Yeah, I just want to update you guys on WrestleMania. I'm going to try to look up.
I have been curious.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your boy Raleigh Fingers did not win.
No.
Let me double check this. Yeah, he did lose to Gunther.
Oh,
got
Gunther,
choked
though.
out.
It is Gunther though.
Yeah, Gunther's a beast. So that's
Great.
no shame in that.
One of my favorite 2K wrestlers to play with. Pause.
But then Braun Breaker returned.
Nice.
And took out Rollins, even though he already lost. So.
Yeah.
And then just another update: Liv Morgan defeated Stephanie Vaquer to win the Women's World Championship.
Someone's fouled off. I have another thing too. Chris Letang and Sidney Crosby opened the Flyers-Penguins game with penalties. Very rare for both of them to get penalized, and back-to-back, only within 6 minutes of each other. It's very rare.
Gilmore on first. Payoff pitch to Hobson. Swung on, hit to short. Nicely hopped to L, and they mess up the turn. Now Gilmore went past second, so he's out. But Hobson will reach first, and still technically not tagged. Now just almost a high five of a tag there. So it was bobbled by the second baseman on the transfer, trying to get that turn for the double play potentially. But then Gilmore probably should have stayed on second. Hobson will reach on a fielder's choice after all that. Brings up Nathan Tunks, who's looking for his third hit as well.
Yeah, how about a good day for Nathan Tunks?
Oh, wait a minute. Umpire said something to Hobson. But he's good. He's good at first.
Yeah.
So 1 out. Quinn.
What?
1 out.
Oh,
Yeah, Quinn forgot to award now. I, meanwhile, have been doing my job.
Yeah, Quinn's just on his phone.
Distracted, okay. You know, Anthony Mantha scored 30 goals this year in the NHL.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Anthony Mantha has 3 straight shots on goal, by the way, for the Penguins. Gen Z on their phone, man.
You know, iPad kids over here.
As Harrison's also on his phone. I'm the only one that is
well,
not on my
But
phone.
you are on your phone. You're checking the Penguins game.
I am, yeah. But I wouldn't say, like, actively.
I'm
It's just
checking the
kinda
news
sitting there.
too. You don't.
Anything
Bianca
newsworthy?
Belair returned to WrestleMania.
That
Come on,
is-
guys.
That is pretty good.
So we're all checking news, essentially.
As we get a 1-1 count.
Tunks takes a strike. 1-2.
Good job finding the zone right there. Really good break. That's why Oppo Taco is such a good thing. That's one of my favorite expressions in sports.
Yeah, you got to sit on that off speed. Runner on first. 1 out. That's strike. No. Ball 2.
Okay.
It sounded like he said strike.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real.
It did. No, it was awarded a strike. The count was what I thought it was, 2-1. Both of you. No, it was more Harrison corrected, but it's okay. It happens.
Tunks loops it, bounces, pinball-y. They will get the out at second. So a little rolling ball that deflected, ricocheted a few different directions. gets another fielder's choice for Wyoming. And we'll bring up McGinnis, who had a fielder's choice in the third, but also has 2 singles. So he's looking to spark another 2-out rally for the Buffaloes. A chance for Wyoming to escape without a run. As he pops his first pitch up,
should be a out.
First baseman under it, and he snags it. So after the Buffs got 16, it's a goose egg in the fourth, but still, it's 16-0. We'll head to the bottom of it on School Bus Sports.
400-meter and the 400-meter hurdles. There's less than a month for the team to hit their stride before the Big 12 championship meet.
Welcome to Folsom Feud. I'm your host, Colby, here with 3 contestants today, Lincoln, Balin, and Kieran. Lincoln, start us off.
I'll take game day etiquette for 200.
All right. This is the best way to show respect during the CU fight song.
What is standing, singing loud, and raising your hand in the hook 'em horn sign?
Not what we're looking for. Balin, you have an answer?
What is stand up, sing loud, and do the Ralphie horns?
Correct. Balin, the board is yours.
Give me tailgate traditions for 400.
All right, here's the answer. The must-have item to wear on game day to show your Buff pride. Kieran?
What is black and gold?
That's correct. Nothing says school spirit like those 2 colors. Choose the next one.
Let's do fan etiquette for 600.
Fan etiquette. The proper response when you hear someone yell, "Go Buffs."
What is Skull Buffs?
Skull Buffs is right. Looks like we've got some true Buffs fans here. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our contestants, and see you next time.
Colorado Volleyball released its Big 12 schedule for 2026 after reaching the NCAA tournament last fall. Coach Jesse Mahoney, Buffaloes will kick off their conference slate at home against Utah on September 25th. They'll have a road-heavy October but finish the year largely.
We're in the bottom of the fourth. It's 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions over Wyoming, 0. Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions.
Yeah.
That's 8 plus 8 is
8 plus
16.
8. I guess I just instantly assumed touchdown means 7. Oh, yeah. Yep.
So we will resume with Ethan, pardon me, this is Hogan Tystad. As he rips the first pitch over the left fielder's head, Hobson just looks at it, roll to the wall, and he came up gimpy.
Looks like he
around
yanked his
first base, and
he's favoring. Looks like the lower calf on the
gingerly
left-hand
might have pulled hamstring. Says he's okay. Has a thumbs up.
Can anyone?
But it's a double for Tystad.
Can someone pinch run for him, even though there are no substitutes available?
I think there was one substitute.
Yeah, there is one.
Oh, there is one. Okay. But if there were none, could they just switch second and first?
I'm sure they'd let him.
Because you guys gotta figure, we're in pre-COVID rules of NCBA. They're not. They haven't updated for different. Oh, I guess they do have universal DH. But
so
that's still.
Tystad's a trooper. He's gonna stay at second.
He definitely yanked that though. You saw right there from I can't repeat what Quinn Craig said. It has Harrison dying. But you saw the way he was rounding first. Clearly,
this is a serious matter, Quinn. A man is injured.
I think Harrison did say.
Tyler Gray's on the mound for Colorado, by the way. I just botched that call. It's okay. I'm not. Nobody's perfect.
No. Yeah.
Patrick Tully up against Tyler Gray, pitching in relief. Shine's day is done as first pitch swung on, hit to Simone's. Long throw across his body, not in time. Good effort, but
really good effort.
Tully beats it out. Tystad stays at second.
I like that though, attacking that ball, getting right towards it. He picked a good angle of attack, just threw it, but that ball was deep in the infield.
Guys, I don't think I have a choice. So I don't think I have a choice about lacrosse anymore because Lincoln and Lila are coming and they're gonna beg me for a ride home.
Oh.
So and I also need to give you a ride home.
You don't need to.
First pitch, squirmed on the ground to third, turn at second in time, down to first. and he's called safe. Or actually, it's a double play. It's a double play.
He was a little quiet about that.
Gosh, I'm rough half inning over here in the press box, but a double play. No, by myself. You're throwing your hands up, but
thank you.
You're doing well, Nick and Quinn as well.
Yeah, I'm not.
But leader grounds into the double play. Actually, that was Joe Johnson who did. So yeah, still really struggling here.
Yeah, I'm not really a commentator. I just love the sport. I think I've gotten better at calling it.
Swung on a missed. Ballard stepping in.
That was a golf swing right there. It went really, really deep angle of attack on that bat.
That ball hit the third. McGinnis bobbles it. Now we'll just hold on to it. So, at long last, Wyoming is on the board with a huge RBI ground out to cut the lead to 15.
And it means we don't have a shutout anymore. And then now, even more importantly, means that we don't have a football-looking score, which has annoyed me. We need 2 more runs.
So, that actually brings up Ballard, as that was Johnson. So I was correct. It was just we have a little issue with the...
No, he swung. He swung. It was a hit by a pitch, but he swung on it. That's
the ball hit him, but swung around. So Johnson's gonna have to head back to first.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a mix-up, but that will, in fact, put everyone down.
Actually, you know what? No, he won't. He's fine at...
Yeah, it was a strike.
So it's a dead ball once it hits him, but he swung at it, so it's a strike.
Yep.
So, as I try to collect myself, Ballard's up. He's 0 for 1. Runner on first, 2 outs. 16-1 Colorado. Okay, I think I'm good now.
Yeah. I should have
0-1 is the count.
Holding my mic like Shane Gillis on accident. With the two hands on it. And he does the... I love Shane Gillis.
Gray looks in and delivers. Swung on and missed.
Good swing of the bat. Just a little over the barrel. He had the timing down. It was just too shallow that he brought that bat. That was still a really good swing from the boy.
0-2 the count. Just misses.
So this game, in 12 minutes, will have already run longer than game 1. And that game went the full 7 innings. We're still at the top of the 4th.
Yeah.
In 12 minutes.
We're bottom of the 4th.
Bottom of the 4th, excuse me.
That ball driven out to left center. Dwyer's under it. He grabs it. That retires aside. Wyoming is on the board, but the score remains 16-1 Buffaloes. Will head to the 5th. Hopefully the last inning.
The average height and weight of the football team is? The answer is, drumroll please, 6'2" and 226 pounds, with its tallest player being 6'8", Leon Bell, and its heaviest player being Chauncey Gooden, who weighed in at 380 pounds. The combined height and weight compared to last year's average would have still been good for top 7 in the Big 12, far from the smallest.
Our tweet of the week comes from CU's football main account. Following ridicule over the team's alleged lack of size, new photos reveal Julian Lewis and more took it personal. And by personal, we mean steroids. Look how buff these buffs are, finally putting the big in Big 12. Come week 1, Georgia Tech won't stand a chance.
Well, just like we're ending the semester here at CU, so too are we wrapping up these live shows at ScoBuff Sports.
But next week, we have a very special episode, and that is our final show of the year, and most importantly, our senior send-off.
And personally, I'm excited to hear all the kind words about me from the rest of the club.
And I can't wait to cry while I'm recording my send-offs to you all.
Unfortunately, our time together today has come to an end.
But, as always,
you heard it here first.
We're in the 5th here at Scott Carpenter Park, scouting the next president of the United States.
Not an easy job.
No, not one bit. Looks like it's a new pitcher for Wyoming. 16-1 is the score, and that is John Leader taking over. 6'5" right-hander as who do you think would be the best president in the United States of anyone here? Like, can be on either team. I think Quinn would be the worst president.
Quinn would be a horrible president.
Take that back right now.
Quinn would be impeached like day 3. Probably for like Andrew Johnson stuff, like like firing a secretary they shouldn't have.
So meanwhile, Colin Dwyer, he's also going to be batting from the left side of the plate.
Judd Stafford looks like a president. Like, you get rid of the glasses, he has like that nice
like a Teddy Roosevelt feel with the mustache.
He's got that great smile. I think Judd would be a great president. Also, something Roach this way approaches.
Where? Did you see him?
Swung on a miss.
I believe I saw
Dwyer
his
not
car.
with as much success from the left side as Charlie Lesh had, where he got one the other way to left field. It was a fly out, but still better than I've seen most players that jokingly hit from the opposite hand. 1-1. Swung on a missed again. He's trying.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good swing. I mean, he had the motion down, but that barrel was way above that ball.
You can tell he's right-handed, I'll say that.
Oh, yeah. That motion was pretty good. You could have fooled me, but that barrel was just way above the ball.
Dwyer takes one outside. Leader, the third pitcher of the day for Wyoming. Neither Stratton Miller nor Tanner Vance had much luck. 11 earned runs. I don't know if all of them are earned, but 11 runs allowed on Miller's day. That ball popped up foul territory.
And now something Roach this way approaches.
And Lincoln is here, finally. Do you want to call?
Right now?
There's a lot going on.
This might be the last inning.
Yeah. What do you mean there's a lot going on?
It's 16-1, Lincoln.
Who's up?
We are up.
Colorado is winning 16-1.
Colorado is winning.
That ball fouled away. So
Another
some
foul.
contact. Dwyer batting from the left side as a right-handed hitter.
That's definitely an interesting decision.
Can we call this like we do golf?
Dwyer here looking for. I don't know how do you call golf? I don't watch enough golf.
Sounds like you're super bored.
Hi, friends.
The 2-2, just outside.
You can talk about a reliable
Like ASMR up here.
So talk about a reliable.
Oh, actually, that was strike 3.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose.
Because I do have.
So now
2 to
it'll be
3.
Richie Biberoche, his first at bat of the day.
I had the
Or actually,
count
first
as-
at bat of the game. He started game 1 at third base.
I had the count as 2 to 3 and just didn't suspect a strikeout. That's my fault.
1 out now. Fouled away.
That was still a really good swing of the bat. If that was
Buff's dugout still got that energy.
If that timing was down, that would have been a great swing.
Live in from Dale Howell. I told him the score, and he said, "Did the other team forget their outfield?"
One out here in the 5th.
Now, something that's a development. Wyoming's head coach has to get the foul balls that go on the right side of the field.
That
now
feels like insult to injury.
Wyoming is coachless for the next 40 seconds, possibly longer.
1-1. Hit foul just nearly down the third base line.
That's another one. That's another good swing of the bat. A little above on the barrel. Well, they're wearing gray. Lincoln pointed out they are wearing gray, but it is the away team.
How that I've just found out that we're the away team.
So
and that's incredibly disturbing.
So maintenance wasn't ready for Wyoming in Laramie, so they deferred to just have the game at Scott Carpenter with CU as a designated away team.
Personally, the way I see it, I think there had to be at least another baseball park in
Laramie.
Not even Laramie, just
Wyoming.
on the way. Hey, they both, could share a field at their biggest rival in Fort Collins.
Oh, yeah.
Meet halfway there. That'd be interesting.
We all collectively hate the Ram. I think something us and Wyoming can agree. CSU.
I don't know
bad.
who that would be more insulting to.
Good point. Good point.
Literally everyone could.
I saw a video yesterday of
an
18-wheeler. Did you see this?
Yes, where the trailer was CU.
The trailer was CU and the truck was CSU.
Yep. That's tweet of the week. Spoiler alert. That's going to be tweet of the week.
It's marriages like that really give you faith in humanity, that show that you really can find common agreement. Maybe in this political environment, we need more.
We do.
CSU trucks and CU trailers.
The unity ticket.
The unity ticket.
Yes, the true libertarian.
Charlie Lesh. So, infield single for Biberoche. I probably am going to stop scoring this game, not going to lie.
Oh, come on, Harrison.
Well, hold on. So, that's the third pinch hitter, and I don't have space in this little cell to put in Biberoche's name. As Ambule steps in.
Means off the pole. Also, while Lincoln was talking, I should also qualify. That was a beaten out ground ball from Colorado, so that will have a runner on first. Nice little base run in there from CU.
I did mention that a second ago.
Oh, sorry. It didn't sound like it.
Now, for all of those people curious, who was leading currently in the Rockies versus Dodgers game? Shockingly, the Los Angeles Dodgers are up 3-2 to the Rockies in the fourth. Close one.
And 2 of those runs for LA are both homers.
Yeah. Go Rockies, apparently.
Go Rockies.
Go Rockies. We have to be objective with CU, but Rockies, all the way.
We can be as well. We have not been objective for CU.
0-2 pitch swung on and missed. So Ambule strikes out. 2 down now. Simones will take another crack at it. He's 1 for 3. Reached on an error, had a single, strikeout, and a walk.
Speaking of baseball, I recently discovered in a course called America Through Baseball that Ronald Reagan was elected in 1980 by what was called the New Conservative Coalition. It was made up of traditionalists, libertarians, and anti-communists, I think. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And started a huge wave of right-wing politics in the 80s that would define a lot of the 80s. Like the
Reaganism.
Like the Satanist scare was caused in part by a largely right-wing religious presence in our country.
And one could really argue that the MLB lockout of 1994 was also caused by just Reaganomics, if you think about it.
Yeah, if you think about it.
Give me 5 minutes and Wikipedia, and I can put together an argument.
I mean, owners being very overreaching and putting that first over the players. You could say, anti-union. Union busting was a huge thing during the Reagan era.
Very true.
Ronald Reagan, of course, a union
That ball
member
back
himself.
in the right field corner. It is down for a base hit. It stayed fair. They're going to hold, or now they're going to send Biberoche home. He'll score 17-1 RBI double for Finn Simones. And now I'll let you go back to it. Just got to get that in.
That did seem a bit important to the game. I can acknowledge that,
Well, Ronald Reagan, as I said, a leader of SAG-AFTRA, a union, was very anti-union.
That's very interesting. He was definitely no Franz Drescher,
Yeah, Franz Drescher?
Fran Drescher?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Was there
I think
an
it's
S at
just
the end of it?
no. I
Fran
think it's
Drescher.
just Fran.
Partook in the...
I've got to be honest. I just hate these away uniforms.
Yeah, they are throwing me off.
I think everyone in the ScoBuff Sports broadcast booth,
because we are the away team. It is.
Sorry, everyone here in the Patrick Dawson Memorial ScoBuff Sports broadcast booth, I think, is in agreement that these uniforms are just subpar. These uniforms really are the Wyoming Cowboys of uniforms. Apparently today.
Chill on that.
Hold on. Okay.
I know they're down.
I'm not rooting here for anyone, but one team has 17 points, and the other team has 1 point.
I see.
And I think as objective broadcast journalists, it's important to acknowledge that if we're talking uniforms of the CU Buffs, these gray alternates really are the team out here today with 1 run.
Fine.
And not some of the other uniforms.
Will be a fly out to first base that will end the inning.
Bryce Smith backup catcher.
Thank you, Lincoln.
We'll finish each other's sentences here. Thank you, Lincoln Roach. We'll get you in for the last half inning in just a moment. But it's 17-1 Buffs. Bottom of the fifth coming up.
It was another successful week for the lacrosse team, kicking it off with another win again at home against Cincinnati on Saturday. Senior attacker Maddie Shoup led the game with 5 goals, and junior attacker Rachel Kennedy scored her second consecutive hat trick to carry the Buffaloes 10-5. The Buffaloes remain undefeated at home in the late season and stand 3-1 in conference play.
The Buffaloes carried the momentum into a heated in-state rivalry game against number 18 Denver on Wednesday. Junior attacker Rachel Kennedy fueled CU with 5 goals, a new career high for her, and sophomore goalkeeper Elena O had 5 saves on the night. The DU men's hockey team was also in attendance with their shiny national championship trophy, but it wasn't enough to rally the Pios over the Buffs, who took a 9-6 win, as well as some bragging rights against another Colorado school.
The lacrosse team is escaping the spring snow and heading to sunny California this weekend, where they will play the UC Davis Aggies. This will be the 10th lacrosse match ever between UC Davis and Colorado, where Colorado currently holds an undefeated 9-0 record against them. First draw in Northern California is set for 1 p.m. on Sunday.
Bottom of the fifth here. Mercy rule in effect. Wyoming would need to score 6 runs to keep this game alive. And I'm joined by Lincoln Roach now, full-time, just for the half inning. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm glad to be here. And, hey, if nothing else, Scott Carpenter Park, you know, we've seen some incredible moments here over the last year. I wouldn't put Wyoming out.
Yeah,
you know.
Me neither. Stratton Miller up. They still got 3 more innings, so they got, 8 in the next 3 innings each. Yeah. You're talking about a ball game.
Exactly. If Scott Carpenter can get to space, then I think these Cowboys, these Pokes, can get to at least tying the game.
Your favorite pitcher, Tyler Gray, on the mound?
Ooh.
Remember the
jinx?
jinx?
You know me. Oh, yes. You've always been a Tyler Gray fan.
For those unfamiliar, there was a first time we saw Tyler Gray pitching together as that ball hit up the middle. Second baseman tries to backhand it, can't, so Miller reaches on the infield single. We talked about how he is the younger brother of Dylan Gray, a former CU pitcher, and you just said he was a nepotism hire at first, and then I was like, oh, don't disrespect him.
Well, I've really grown on him. He has undeniable talent.
Yeah. And you said, but then you said, oh, yeah, my bad. I know he's definitely deserving of being on the team. And then right as you say that, he gives up a grand slam.
Oh, well, we'll see if me just complimenting him right now will
help Wyoming make
similar luck, I guess.
Xander Witt up for the Pokes. Runner on first, nobody out, 1-1 the count. They'll throw over.
Oh!
Close play, but he's safe. Nathan Tunk's been chilling over there at first base all day.
I don't think that was necessary.
Yeah, it's 17-1.
Well, and I mean,
popped up, and Gray's got it. We'll throw back to first. Oh, then that's wild.
Oh, see, and that
up the first base line, and Miller will get all the way to third. Heck of a throw out from the corner, but a interesting decision from Gray, trying to do a little bit too much. Gets the first out, but cost the Buffs 2 bags. So now runner on third for Tanner Vance.
I'm saying, with that first, attempted steal, if you can even call that, I think, who's on third? What's his name?
That is Stratton Miller.
Stratton Miller, he really was only
chopped foul.
He really was just maybe 5 feet from first.
Yeah.
I don't know. it would have taken a very fast ball to get back to that base before he could. And, I think we then saw the unnecessariness of that. Unnecessarity of that when we kind of had a little oopsie there.
Yeah, a little oopsie. Vance smacks it up the middle. That's a base hit and a run for the Cowboys. It's 17-2. RBI knock for Vance.
So it does appear that I guess I really just have to continue to hate Tyler Gray.
Yeah.
Any praise I give gets to his head, I guess.
Brings up Ethan Bonham. Second baseman had a hit back in the first. But not much luck for the Cowboys since they're trying to pull off the greatest comeback in the history of the National Club Baseball Association.
I swear, what was the crazy comeback in the fall that almost happened and then?
There was one that recently. CU was down 9-3, I think, came back, made it 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
There was one where they were down like by 6 runs. With
I gotta be honest, I forgot just how lopsided it was for a second there.
Yeah.
I forgot it's 2-17.
1-2 pitch on Bonham misses, so 2-2 the count. One out runner on first. Buff's trying to wrap this game up. That ball towering out to center. Dwyer's chasing back, and it's over his head to nearly the deepest part of the ballpark, though it holds up. They're going to hold the runner at third. So a double for Ethan Bonham puts runners on second and third. Cowboys not going down without at least a little bit of a fight.
You know what that performance really just reminded me of? A man named Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Oh.
Let me tell you,
Hall of Famer.
That at-bat just...
Should be a Hall of Famer.
Really should be.
First pitch to Hogan Tystad, fouled off.
Goes under the truck, but not against it. Always a win.
Oh,
Lila Nuttall, welcome to the Patrick Dawson Memorial Broadcast booth here at Scope Up Sports.
0-1 on Tystad. Swing on and missed. How are you doing, Lila?
I'm doing great. Yeah. How about you?
How did it feel to be abandoned by Lincoln?
It was okay. I ended up driving too.
Fair.
Yeah.
I thought I sent the text, and then you texted
did
me
not.
again, and I did not.
That was
I do
kinda
that
hurtful.
frequently.
That ball into right and caught for the second out. They'll not tag up. So 2 down. Wyoming, unless they can score 6, are down to their final out.
So this is going to be difficult for them.
A bit.
It would have helped to have those 2 outs still, if I'm being frank.
Patrick Tully up for the Cowboys. Swings at the first pitch, hits the third. Here's McGinnis across the diamond, and that's the ball game. 17-2, the final from Scott Carpenter Park. A dominant showing, a sweep of the doubleheader for CU. 11-3 in the first one, 17-2, and a series finale tomorrow coming up tomorrow evening on Scoba Sports. You can catch us there. Any final thoughts?
I just want to thank everyone for tuning in, and
I appreciate you.
I won't be seeing everyone here in Valhalla because we'll be back tomorrow at Scott Carpenter Park.
Yes, and I appreciate you coming for the entirety of the 2 games.
Of course.
A real OG all the time. Perfect time, and it's blasting. Buffs have won 17-2 for Quinn Kreck, for Nick Evans, for Lincoln Roach, for Hannah Howell, for Lila Nuttall, for Kieran Warder, who was here earlier, for everybody, for all the umpires, for all the players, for Remy Kaprinski. I'm Harrison Simeon saying so long from Scott Carpenter Park.
Simone's in the Rocky Mountain face-off as the Rams came into Boulder. That's all I've got for you this week here on Scobuff Sports. I'm Kieran Walker, wishing you a wonderful weekend.
Here we see Xavier McNevitz working on his reader for the live show. If we didn't have these readers done by Thursday night, chances are we would not be airing this show right now. Be like Xavier. Get your readers done. And don't forget to click save so that you don't lose any of your hard-earned work.
Hi, I'm Colby here with this week's Rapid Fire. Now, if you missed last weekend's amazing baseball broadcast, you can at least watch this weekend's series. The club baseball team is hosting Wyoming starting tomorrow at 3 and then Game 2 at 7 before they finish the series on Sunday, once again at 7. And the volleyball team is in Fort Collins with a spring version of the Rocky Mountain Showdown. They begin tomorrow at 11 a.m. And speaking of the Rocky Mountain Showdown, the club lax team is hosting the Rams tomorrow at 7 on Kit Field. And finally, the track and field team is off to warmer weather, competing at 4 different meets throughout California: the Mount Sac Relays, the Long Beach Invitational, and the Pacific Coast Invitational. But the majority of the Buffs will be at the Brian Clay Invitational in Azusa. That is all for Rapid Fire. My name is Colby, and back to you at the desk.
It's now time for the answer to this week's trivia question. Earlier, we asked you what the average height and weight of the football team is. The answer is, drumroll please, 6'2" and 226 pounds, with its tallest player being 6'8", Leon Bell, and its heaviest player being Chauncey Gooden, who weighed in at 380 pounds. The combined height and weight compared to last year's average would have still been good for top 7 in the Big 12, far from the smallest.
Our tweet of the week comes from CU's football main account. Following ridicule over the team's alleged lack of size, new photos reveal Julian Lewis and more took it personal. And by personal, we mean steroids. Look how buff these Buffs are, finally putting the big in Big 12. Come week 1, Georgia Tech won't stand a chance.
Well, just like we're ending the semester here at CU, so too are we wrapping up these live shows at Scobuff Sports.
But next week, we have a very special episode, and that is our final show of the year, and most importantly, our senior send-off.
And personally, I'm excited to hear all the kind words about me from the rest of the club.
And I can't wait to cry while I'm recording my send-offs to you all.
Unfortunately, our time together today has come to an end.
But, as always,
you heard it here first.